Hello everyone, and Trisha, it's me Jenny. It's time for another not naked video response to Trisha Hershberger's series Naked Truth, where we talk as candidly and as truthfully as possible about a subject of her choosing, straight out the shower, no makeup, wet hair, first take, one take, so on and so forth, all that malarkey. Most people choose to do it naked, but I choose not to. But either way, it's not a sexy time thing, it's being vulnerable and honest to the internet tool. And there we go. And today's subject is Sourcefed being, cancelled, which is a very interesting thing in the internet for me, because I was looking at some of the videos lately, and I haven't been watching Sourcefed in a little while, and it's still getting pretty significant views, I would say, and definitely the fan base that's stuck with it is pretty powerful. So I think it's come out of the blue pretty well for most of the fans and most of the viewers, and obviously the creators and those in front and behind of the camera. So yeah, going back to the beginning, I'll probably do another video on Sourcefed going as well at some point, but trying to keep it more specific to the Naked Truth side of things. My favourite moments, the positive side of things, is movie club. The fact that that got me into making videos, and the fact that that's now part of me. Being a vlogger is part of me. Like, sometimes I don't film anything for 2 weeks, but I still have this channel, I still love this channel, I still love this community, most of whom are subscribed to me because of my movie club days. Most of the people who have found me on the internet have found me because of Sourcefed Movie Club, and that little community that is my own community, and the community that I share with Trisha, and the community I share with Phil, and with the Sourcefed, offshoot guys. I've made friends internationally because of it, and that's not necessarily a moment, but it's definitely the most important part. I went to America on my own 2 years ago to meet up with these people, and had a great time going to VidCon, meeting up with all the Sourcefed guys, and it's like, VidCon that year was amazing. It really was. And growing with this kind of community, and with this group of presenters and people in front and behind the camera, and the amount of effort that everyone puts into it is just amazing. I have no doubt that all of the presenters and all of the producers in front and behind the camera will go on to do great things, because there's no way that that level of talent is going to get neglected. Every one of those teams, in order to do what you have to do, in order to have an internet existence, it's a lot of effort, and it's continuous, and it's, the same skills that you get for any level of performance. But then you also learn all of the behind the scenes stuff. You have to learn the in front and behind stuff. You have to learn your camera personality. You have to learn your, all of your production and producer skills in order to promote what you've created. And I have no doubt that all these people who've had to multi-learn all these skills will go on to do great things. Yeah, I think I probably would have started vlogging eventually, maybe, had it not been for Sourcefed. I probably would not have the friends that I have now. I would not have the community that I have. I would not have the subscribers that I do have now. And I think, like, one of the things that I've been trying to that I thought about the other day, and been trying to put into words, is Sourcefed's actually changed my perspective on, like, many things. I'm never going to smoke weed, never going to do it. It's just not a thing on my agenda, but I would say I would be pro-legalisation if it's done within very specific boundaries, and that is an opinion that I would never have had before watching Phil and Sourcefed. Similarly, my perception of feminism has dramatically changed in a way that I didn't expect, because obviously the original three, I respected Lee from the get-go. I thought she was amazing. I thought she was very funny and weird and clever, and she brought in an entire level of womanhood that I'd never expected to see on camera. She was funny and exciting and interesting, and that was really new. And to my shame, to my genuine shame, Trisha, when you first came on, I had mixed feelings as to why they hired you, and I feel incredibly guilty for that. I felt like they'd hired you for your looks, because you're gorgeous. And there was the like dance montage you and Joe did at some point, and I remember thinking, oh, they've just hired her because she's pretty, and that's traumatizing to me. Hindsight is traumatizing that I thought that, because the more that I watched of Sourcefed and the more that I got to know how incredibly technically literate you are, how passionate you are about your project, and how much of a complete person you are, has actually genuinely informed my perspective on not just women but on everyone. Like, you genuinely, like, the nerdfighteria mantra of thinking about people complexly is something that I've always believed I do, and I didn't. And I've learned to think about people more complexly because of you, and also because of Meg. Like, when Meg first came on, and her first episode she was wearing a Princess Leia outfit, to my genuine shame, I thought, oh, they've hired a fake nerd girl. To my genuine shame, and I can remember having that thought, and I can remember, again, to my complete and utter shame, at some point commenting on your boobs, Trisha. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that I did that. At some point, I know I must have. And having grown with you guys and seen why you're passionate about what you do and where your confidence comes from, both, like, again, with Meg, I thought, you know, your greatest goal is to be in Playboy. That doesn't seem like a particularly interesting goal to me. And again, growing with her and her amazing confidence in herself and in her body and in what she wants to do with it and how she wants to live her life, it's something so inspiring and something that I genuinely look up to. Even though it's maybe not a path that I would choose, it's something that in the back of my brain I maybe would like to do. And yeah, with you, you're such an incredible person. You're so full of multi-dimensions and so many different things, and I am so sorry that when you first came to Sourcefed I didn't think of you as a complex human being, and you are, and I respect you so much. And you know, it's amazing how much, when I look back, that's probably one of the biggest turning points in myself, and it's one of the, I hope, a journey that a lot of other people have had with the Sourcefed guys, learning to view people really complexly. And I think that's such an important thing, and that's probably, like, of all the things, I've made friends, I've made myself a creator, I've made myself a person on the internet for some reason that people like to watch. But, like, I have gone on that little personal journey of actually viewing people complexly in a way that I never thought that I needed to, and it turns out I did. And that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Sourcefed. And, like, you know, people like Steve's sense of humour doesn't always appeal to me. It's not, like, my sense of humour in many ways. But I've grown to genuinely respect that. And, you know, there are points where, yes, our humour's not going to link up. Tim and Eric's $1 billion movie. I slated that film, and I still hate that film, and that's still his favourite film, but I still respect him as a creator. I still respect him as a caring person that I'm sure he is. You know, I haven't watched Sourcefed as much lately, and I feel bad for it because there was just a couple of personalities that I didn't quite mesh with as well as I would have liked, and I'm sad that I never gave them the chance. But I still am so happy with the original guys for giving me so much to think about and so much to learn from and grow from. And this wasn't meant to be such a sappy, long-winded thing, but yeah, there we go. As I said, I'll probably do another Bye Bye Sourcefed video at some point, but I thought I'd get that out on The Naked Truth, because why not be vulnerable and honest on The Naked Truth? And that was particularly vulnerable and particularly honest. So yeah, congratulations Sourcefed on everything that you've achieved, and to the hosts for genuinely developing the personalities of people, and the people who think they're the most open-minded actually being challenged to be open-minded. And I'm sad that that's going. I genuinely am. Anyway, super vulnerable and honest today. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. Sorry last week's video is going to be late. Yeah, I'll see you guys all next week for another Naked Truth if I haven't been shunned off the internet. for being overtly honest. Oh gosh. Yeah, I've got to go to work in like 10 minutes, so I better run. Thank you all for watching. Bye for now.